mean that there are some additional responsibilities, but you're also looking at different ways of working. And we now operate with an assumption, a presumption of mainstream for children. So we try to keep as many children as we can in mainstream schools. Sometimes that costs money. In fact, I approved today an adaptation to Linvale Primary School because of a particular issue with a child that's going there. But we try to do this, and we do figure that there are savings that we could make here. We're still working on the detail of it, but that's basically what that saving was about. It's £300,000. It's a relatively large budget overall, but that's what's being proposed, and we're still working through the detail of it.
I think disappointingly then, we should have some detail what's round it, because I don't think you can possibly ask anybody to comment on a £300,000 saving when we don't know what that means. I think that I would much prefer to have
I asked Laura to give you a wee bit more on this.
I think when we're reviewing a service that's as big as our additional support needs service, the first thing we do is we compare it with like authorities, and we see that what are we offering, where have we got things that are the same, where have we got things that are different. Now, there's a generous amount of money within the additional support needs service in West Dunbartonshire. Now, what we've done since then is, because we've been working through this, and what we've got is quite a traditional model of where particular team leaders are, or sets of teachers. And so what we're doing there is trying to shift people about to get the right people in the right places. We've got, when the director's talking about presumption of mainstream, that's about getting everybody into their local primary. Obviously it's not everybody, because there are always children who are going to need something other. We do have support services, so we've got teachers who travel round with particular expertise depending on a child's particular difficulty. We have teams of support assistants at various levels and with different expertise again, so depending on what that is, we're moving them about. So we are actually able to cover the needs of the children we're serving at the moment. Some of this has just been by not replacing particular staff who may be retired, but with the introduction of the Act and with the introduction of the named person, this is within the Getting It Right for Every Child, what we have in place is a system that is addressing what we need it to do. Now, obviously, everybody always wants more, and I think the difficulty is where we have teachers who aren't used to having children with a particular need in their class. So what we need to do is make sure they've got the best quality training, they're learning from the experts, that we put support in while it's required, and then we can move it on. But it's not about having one learning assistant to every single child at any time. So, we're trying to grow the independence. But I think we can manage this one without affecting the children.
Just to give you an idea, just looking at the budget book, if we're looking at the end point for this, which is 2017-18, the current estimate for the net budget for additional support needs is a little over 10 million. So 300,000, by my quick calculations, is under 3% of that overall budget. So you're not talking a low. 300,000 looks a big sum of money. In terms of the overall budget, it's comparatively small.
Okay, so